Hello friends, this is Shikha Singh. Please like, subscribe and comment to my channel. Now today I am going to talk about the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956. This act came into the force on 21st December 1956. Friends, I'm going to discuss only 11 sections of this particular act because these are the sections which are very important for the examination point of view. Friends, as you know, every first section contains the extent and the title of a particular act. This act is known as the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956. This act extends to the whole of the India except the state of the Jammu and Kashmir. Second section talks about the application of this particular act. Friends, as you know, the application, this act, by name it says that it's Hindu Act, so it's applied to the Hindu, but it does not apply to the only Hindu by religion, but it covers many other religion also, like Buddhism, Jain, Sikh, and followers of the Brahmo Samaj, Pratna Samaj, Arya Samaj and Lingavat. These are all called Hindu in this particular act. So in section 2 only there is explanation given, that is A, B and double B. I am starting with the single A, then that is A. The child who is legitimate or illegitimate, both of whose parents are Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, Sikh, by religion, that particular child is Hindu. The child who is a legitimate or illegitimate child, but only one of the parents is Hindu, Buddhist, Jain or Sikh, they are known as the Hindu child. The child whose parentage is not known, but he is brought up in the family or a tribe or a community which follows the Hindu, Buddhist, Jain or Sikh religion, he is called the Hindu child. Any person who convert or reconvert to the Hindu, Buddhist, Jain or Sikh, that is called a Hindu by this act. Now I am going to talk about the section 3. Section 3 is about the definition clause. There are two sections. There are 3, A, B and C. That is, A is talking about the custom and usage, B is talking about the maintenance and C is talking about the minor. First, that is A. Uses and custom which is continuous for the very long period of a time, that is called a uses and custom by this act. Second is the maintenance act. Maintenance act, there is 1 and 2. First is talking about the maintenance in all the provisions like shelter facility, food, medicine, education. These are all the things which are under the maintenance. And second is talking about the maintenance of an unmarried girl, and all the maintenance of her marriage is also regarded as a maintenance for her. Third is talking about the minor. Minor is the person who is below the age of 18. According to this act, he or she is a minor. Now I am going to discuss section 6, that is talking about the requisites of the adoption. There are 4 sub-points under that, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. First is talking about the person, that is, for example, I am going to take a child, that what qualification should I possess. Second, the person who is giving a particular child, what qualification that particular child, that particular person possess. Third, if a child is being adopted, what that particular adopted child should have a qualification. And fourth is other qualifications. This is section 6. Now section 7. Section 7 is talking about the capacity of a male Hindu who is going to take a child. It might be a girl or a boy. He should take consent. He should be a Hindu. He should completed his capacity age, that he must not be a minor, and he must take consent from his wife if he is married. And there are 3 exceptions to this rule. If he need not to take consent from his wife if the wife is completely pronounce the word. Second, if she ceases to be a Hindu. And third, if she is not, she is regarded as unsound by a competent court. This is section 7. We are going to discuss about section 8. Section 8, it is about the capacity of a female who is going to take a child into adoption. Female should be a Hindu. She should have completed the age of majority. If she is married, she should take consent from the husband. Same exception goes with this section also, that the husband should not be a ceases to the world completely, or he should not be incompetent by any court or unsound mind, or he should be a Hindu. Now we are switching to the section 9, that is talk about the person who is giving the adoption. For example, if I am taking adoption from particular person, what qualification that particular person shall consist. Section 9 says that a person capable of giving in adoption, no person except the father or mother or a guardian of a child shall have the capacity to give the child in adoption. This section is talking about many other thing. For the minor detail, you must go to the Bare Act. I'm discussing the broader view of this particular act. Thirdly, we are going to discuss about the section 10, that talk about the person who may be adopted. For example, a particular child is going to be adopted. What qualification that particular child shall have? That particular child should be a Hindu. He should not be adopted earlier. Third, he or she should not be married, or he or she should not completed the age of 50. If the third and fourth clause, that is the marriage clause, and the 15 less than 15 years, if that their custom and their usage applicable to that particular party permit that party to get married, or after marriage or after completing the age of 15 they can go for the adoption, they can go for the adoption. But if the usage and custom do not allow, they cannot go for the adoption after marriage or after completing the age of 15. This is section 10. Now I am switching to the section 11, that talks about the other condition, that is there are 6 conditions total. First is talking about, for example, a male is going to adopt a son. He should not have his biological son at the time of adoption. He should not have the son's son or son's son's son. This should not be there. Then he can go for the adoption. Same goes for the adoptive parents also. If I have already adopted a son, I cannot go for the another son for the adoption. Second is talking about if a person is going for adoption of a girl child, he should not have his biological girl child, or should not have a son's daughter. Then that particular person can go for the adoption. Third is talking about the age difference. That is, if a male is going to adopt a girl, then there should be a difference between them is at least 21 years old. And if a female is going to adopt a boy child, she should have the same difference, that is 21 years of age. So fifth is, a single child cannot go for the adoption more than once. It is illegal. And the sixth, if a person is the adoptive child should be actually transferred from a person who is giving the child to adoption to the person who is taking the adoption. Friends, I have put in lots of effort for making this video. So the chapter 3, that is maintenance, is left. If you want that should be covered by me, please subscribe to